Hi, this is Jill, a year later, coming back to talk to you about the tremors that my identical twin sons have, Sean and Michael. They will soon be 29 in July. We've come a long way. It's been a really rough 2017, actually a very rough 7 years with Sean being now with all the trauma that he's gone through. And I have a couple of other videos that I made last year. And I'm sorry about those who were waiting for me to have more videos out. It's been horrific. It really has. Still not able to get disability for Sean and Michael, even though we've got all current paperwork from neuro, and that referred us to metabolic disorders, to a genetic exome test, to a Autism Spectrum diagnosis in the fall of 2017. It's a good thing I saved all the IEP programs, paperworks, I should say papers, from elementary school. It was all in there: auditory processing, delay. Oops, there goes my Autism Speaks sign. Where did it go? Autism Speaks. Put it with my essential tremors background there. Excuse me for that. But this is not going to be a perfect video. I'm just a concerned mother who's fought for 7 years to save my son's life. They're identical twins, and that's been proven through the genetic testing. So this year, UC Irvine Neuro sent us to metabolics, to the metabolic division through CHOC, Children's Hospital of Orange County. Did all that. We've already gone through the endo stuff. Sean and Michael have tremors that are really bad, and work exacerbates tremors. Stress exacerbates tremors. It's very cruel. They couldn't make it through school, through college, even in the disabled students program. Sean has almost died 3 times from side effects from the 23 different meds that don't work for tremors. The only thing that works is alcohol. And we're experimenting with marijuana right now, THC, CBD, trying to find a balance between the two. But they're not able to work. The DOR, Department of Rehabilitation, put Sean through their program when he was looking for employment, and they even recommended disability. And the disability judge is really making it tough for us because Sean could not attend the hearing in February, and we've been trying for years and years and years to get disability. We also have in-home support services, and because I'm their advocate and caregiver. They're very smart. They're Autism Spectrum, which used to be Asperger's, which explained why they always wanted to know the logic of everything all their lives. They were self-taught. Sean taught himself to read, write, and speak the Russian language. He loves Russia, part Russian. And also, Michael developed his own game engine, Voidseer LLC, and some Android games. First one got pirated. That is Escape from CyberCon. And then they developed a Mad Libs type, Voidseer Libs, on the Android cell phone. Anyway, it's a real challenge. It's gotten worse, and can't find work. I'm trying to find a way for us to do it online, for them to get online and talk about it. I've seen other shows that people have put on programs on YouTube, and nothing. I haven't seen anything with anybody yet that has Autism Spectrum and has the tremors. The tremors are debilitating. They really are. Your body doesn't rest. And we have the neuro recommending disability. And the judge wanted to know why Sean couldn't make it to that appointment. Well, we go day by day. But the next one, I'll have to wheel him in the next hearing in August and hope he gets disability. It's nothing to live by. We're still going to try to get something online. We try to GoFundMe to help get some alternative medical treatment. I don't know enough people, so didn't bless the hearts of those that did donate, but it wasn't enough. I don't know the right people. I don't know enough people. So Children's Hospital, wonderful doctor there, Dr. Chang, and we have a genetic counselor. And Dr. Chang wrote this letter to the judge saying, to whom it may concern, I'm writing this letter on behalf of molecularly confirmed identical twins, Michael and Sean, who are patients of our clinic. They both have a long-standing history of tremors and ataxia. Symptoms are exacerbated by anxiety, excitement, and anticipation, and have been reported to be debilitating in each of their lives. Oh, and he underlined this: avoiding anxiety-inducing situations is recommended when possible, as this worsens their symptoms. The genetic basis of their tremors is unknown at this time, and symptomatic care is recommended. We have done extensive biochemical and genetic workup, including whole exome sequencing, the most expansive clinically available test without diagnostic results. This exhausting available workup at this time. And due to the progression of their symptoms, the brothers have become dependent on their family. They require assistance at most times and experience worsening of symptoms when they are out by themselves or put into anxiety-inducing situations. And it is recommended that both Michael and Sean avoid circumstances that may exacerbate their symptoms. Please do not hesitate to contact the metabolic team with any questions. So what showed up in their genetic test was Dad is a very, very small carrier for seizures and tremors, and I'm a very small, slight carrier for Parkinson's. But we know that they do not have Parkinson's because alcohol stops the tremors, and hence we thought essential tremors. But the neurologist, the genetic specialist, the metabolic disorder specialist all said that that is not enough to cause the tremors. And they're taking their toll on my sons. Sean was a lab rat, and he is now critically depressed. And we do not have good health insurance. And he was misdiagnosed before. And I don't know whether or not I'm going to find my son dead or not. Seriously. I've reached out to so many places. I don't hear back. I've contacted Autism Speaks, but obviously I haven't gotten to everywhere or to the right person there. I just copy and paste, what I put on the GoFundMe to save me from typing it up, and, read a little bit from the medical papers, letters that we have. I feel really alone. I also send a letter every day to the president, hoping that through emails that might get a chance at providing some remote work for Sean and Michael here at home. And Sean had a mini seizure on Christmas Eve due to his potassium being low and being dehydrated and exhausted from lack of sleep. And they yanked his license. So for 7 months, 6 months, and he's really feeling like he's becoming agoraphobic. He is critically depressed, and no medication works. I'm trying to find a buddy or someone to help him cope. Michael is better off. He's trying to find a way, but he was not the lab rat. And people do not realize, with all these suicides that are taking place, that a lot of anti-anxiety medications, um, antidepressants, they cause suicidal thoughts and actions. Now they say and actions. Gabapentin was the one that was the culprit for Sean. He survived 3 times. Now I'm going to reach out to, like, Be Here Tomorrow. Kevin Hines, heard his story, just trying to reach out to find someone who will care enough to come help. Coach Sean to help and give these guys hope for work. They're very smart, but they can't go out and work in a stressful environment, or they'd have to work with somebody that will understand that they need to have time. So I'm not going to keep this on very long, because I do want to see how this works out. I know I had a gal from 17-year-old gal from Israel, and a young man from the United Kingdom and from Hawaii and several other places. And I apologize for not being out there. I've just been paralyzed. I'm trying to work. I'm a caregiver, and I'm going to be 64, no retirement, and basically fighting for my kid's life and doctor's appointments, and the doctor's appointments are taking their toll. It's demeaning to them. They're tired of being poked. They're tired of lecturing too about alcohol. That's the only thing that works. So, and they may have to, if the doctors don't understand that, they just don't want to be seen anymore, then we'll have to look into hospice, because Sean feels like he's just waiting to die. And they want to have a life. They want to have a life. The psychologist who gave the Autism Spectrum report in the fall, she's livid. She says this should have been picked up by teachers and doctors along the way, especially with all the signs there. And going clear back to their preschool, where they said their speech delay is more delayed than what is normal for identical twins, and then the auditory processing delay, and just all the logic, always challenging everything. One would be logical and the other one would be understand, then they flip-flop. So, and I was a single mom raising 6 sons. They're my youngest, and I love them dearly, and I'm going to die trying to save their lives. Also, the psychologist, she wrote that that they meet the criteria for an Axis 1 diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, pervasive development disorder. The symptoms include marked impairment in the use of multiple nonverbal behaviors such as eye-to-eye gaze, facial expression, body postures, gestures to regulate social interaction, and minimum social emotional reciprocity, apparently inflexible adherence to specific non-functional routines or rituals. Now this explains why they just really were nervous whenever any family or people were coming over. It made them nervous. But I tell you, they really did their best to make it at Mount San Jacinto College. They really tried their best, even in the disabled students program, which really didn't give much for them, just extended testing time. Sean wanted to be a robotics engineer. He had made several robots when he was being homeschooled, even designed the motherboard. And Michael self-taught himself. He self-taught the making the Android game engine. And it's just, then the tremors. One time they felt a pop go off in their head. And the anxiety is really bad. Oh, God. Excuse me. Me too. I'm lack of sleep. I don't sleep much at all. And like I said, especially with Sean, he just can't seem to pull himself out of this depression. they had a lot of aspirations and, you know, for life and want to have relationships, and it's just really hard. So I will, anyway, back to the psychologist for the late autism spectrum diagnosis at age 28, that that she said, it's my clinical observation as well as my professional opinion that they should have received this diagnosis in middle school, as they were being tested for learning disabilities that eventually ruled out or academically matured through. But you know, the severe progression of the essential tremors, you know, of unknown origin, really. They're just, oh God, it's tough. It makes it hard. It's hard to be around suffering all the time. And they try. They really do. You know, she describes them as very intelligent, kind-hearted, self-aware, and wonderful sense of humor. But, you know, all these symptoms, they result in an inability to speak. At times it decreases ability to be ambulatory, which increases, you know, more stress. Anyway, so pray for healing. I can't pray any harder. Sure, it'd be nice to have some support. It really would. They also have myidrasis, which both their eyes are constantly dilated. And anyway, that's because their adrenals are taxed. So that's going to be it for now. I just wanted to give a quick update. And I'm trying to get Sean and Michael to come on with me, or to start their own YouTube channel. They say it's jam-packed, you know, it's saturated. Yeah, it's true, but I don't know of anybody out there that has autism spectrum and has tremors. I've seen people do YouTube videos and their tremors are just like this. I mean, Sean's and Michael's, they get like this, you know, and the first denial of Sean's social security disability, you know what I read? The person said, oh, and this is really scary, he can fold napkins. Oh, really? That really is beyond disturbing, that somebody who's making these decisions for disability. You know, would even say that. It just shows that they're ignorant. Anyway, and my goal for this too is to help others that are out there suffering with this. Other parents, other loved ones, or even you yourself are suffering with the tremors. People don't realize, because I've come across it, and it wasn't until they actually saw the tremors that it went, wow. People say, oh, they could dig a ditch, or go do this and that. Well, guess what? That exacerbates their tremors. And sleeping is hard. And it's hard on me as their mother, an advocate. And Sean's been in the ER probably 20 times. And now I'm carrying around some of these papers. I have medical alerts for them. They can drive, but they know when they can't drive. So we are into another deeper part of the genetic study, but so far nothing has shown up. So, okay, Jill here, signing off for now, and appreciate all the healing thoughts and prayers to come our way. And I thank you very much. And you know how to reach me. Thank you. God's love and peace and healing energy to all of us. Now I gotta figure out how to turn this off.